Welcome back to the Pet Zone podcast with Victoria, Christine, Cam, and Laura. Fueled by clippers, caffeine, and the kind of humor HR would not approve of. Now let's jump back into the conversation.
And he's like my height. I'm not trying to height shame, but he was my height. And he walks up, he says, "I just want to say you're a beautiful woman." I was like, "Oh, thank you." And then he wanted to shake my hand to introduce himself. And I was always taught a firm shake. You don't break their hand, but you portray confidence of, yes, this is me. It was like this weak little baby hand in mine. Thank God it wasn't sweaty. And I was just immediately like, oh, okay. It also then turned into the weirdest conversation of my life where he kept trying to buy me something in the Target section. I'm like, "Sir, no, I don't." He's like, "Do you want to buy makeup?" I'm like, "I don't buy my makeup at Target, but thank you." "Do you want some coffee?" "I'm good." Well, I'm a traditional guy. I like to buy things for my woman." I was like, "I'm not your woman."
Oh my God.
Kept going on, and then he and it was still this weak little big handshake that I was just like, "Oh, sir." I just wanted to tell him, like, "Hey, just like I need to know your hand's there, and I'm not going to break your little fragile baby boy hand."
Oh my God.
Oh, but the best part of that whole conversation was that it took this weird turn where he said he has this unique talent of being able to tell somebody's genetics or DNA. I can tell your ethnicity. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to go along for this ride. It's not hard to guess most of my family tree. So he does, like, English, Irish, all the things. And I just stayed quiet and kept going. And then it turned into Spanish, Native American, Russian. I was just like, okay, this is really uncomfortable now. And then it was, would you like to guess mine? No, sir, I would not. I would not like to guess yours because this is weird and I feel like I'm going to get canceled. And I just want to leave the deodorant section. And thankfully right then somebody came up and was like, "Excuse me." I was like, "Okay, gotta go, bye."
I'd have been like, am I being punked or something? Like, who told that guy that is a good avenue to take to hit on a woman in Target?
And then everybody here seems really stuck up and antisocial. Well, maybe it's because you have weak handshakes in the fucking deodorant section of Target. I don't know.
Well, you want to know what? So, like, granted, there's two sides to this. Places where women thoroughly expect to not be hit on.
Deodorant section.
Target, Walmart, when people are running errands.
Stevie.
I feel like men and women, both men and women, whoever's seeking, miss the mark on this. Like, obviously, people know that clubs and bars, that's the place where you want to hook up with somebody that's looking for immediate companionship or long-term, short-term, multi-term companionship. I'm trying to keep this a little bit PG. But, there are people that reach a point in their lives, maybe they're divorced or maybe they're older and they're like, I don't want to be in the bar scene anymore. I want to find quality men or I want to find quality women. So they want to find a nicer place. And so instead of going towards like, hey, let me find hobbies that I'm into so that I can meet other people that are into said hobbies so I can organically form some kind of bond. People said, no, let me just go to Whole Foods. I'm going to find myself somebody at Whole Foods to hook up with, or I'm going to find somebody like I don't know how we went from like, hey, I don't want to be in bars, so I'm going to hit on people in the grocery store. Like, I don't know how like you skip the step of, hey, I like painting. I'd like to meet someone else that likes painting.
Yeah.
I like rock climbing. I like jumping out of planes. I like tattoos. I like dogs. Like whatever it is, like you would do stuff within the thing. But so many men and women do this, where they literally like approach men and approach women in the produce section. Think like, hey, how's it going? What you doing? I'm like, listen, I'm grocery shopping. How's it going? And it's just like, you expect, like with me, like I expect like the wedding ring to be like this weapon. This is fuck off. Nope. It is not. It literally, it's like It's like cue Janet Jackson, like a moth to the flame, bird by the fire. My love is blind. Can you see my desire? That's the way. That's the way. That's the way love goes. That's the way love goes. Like literally, that's how people think, and it's really fucking weird. I don't know. It like the most available you're going to seem to people looking. The less when you are not available, that's when the world wants you. And when you're available, that's when you are eating lasagna by yourself out of a pan in front of the TV watching Golden Girls on repeat.
That sounds like
that sounds like a really good time, actually.
This is why I'm still single. I'd rather do that.
Fucking A.
Right?
I think that's awesome.
I'm pretty thankful for my resting bitch face because then I just don't have to worry about it. I'm like, I just don't have that approachable face, and I'm great with that.
I usually have an earbud in too, listening to either a podcast or music. So normally people, they just tune me out. I tune them out. We go on about our business. Not your genetic makeup.
Not this guy. Not this guy. That's really random.
Or if I'm
you want to know
going to the grocery store after work, I just look like Pigpen, but instead of all the dirt, it's all the hair hanging everywhere off.
Right.
People are like, oh.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't mind me, guys. Hair coming off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Chris?
I forgot already.
It happens.
I've hit that age.
I couldn't log
that
into
forever.
I couldn't log into my computer. Couldn't log into my iPad. I'm like writing down failed passwords as I'm failing and re-entering them. And every time I fuck up, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I'm like, I'm old. That is it.
Yep.
Every time I get frustrated with like forgetting things and forgetting passwords, like I go through the same psychosis cycle where it's like, why do I even need passwords? I'm getting rid of all these passwords. I don't want passwords. I want a microchip implanted into my fucking eyeball so I'd be like, it's me. Like,
you hear John and I argue about this because I have to remember a new password. And I asked
John, and John knows them.
John knows them like by heart. And I'm like, well, tell me the password. He goes, well, how's that going to help you remember? You need to try to remember yourself. And I'm like, I have a freaking head injury. I'm not going to remember it.
I wish I had a head injury. I wish I had excuses of this. I can remember like exactly what I was doing fucking 45. Actually, wait, I just went past the time I was born. 40 years ago. I can remember things that scared the shit out of me when I was 5. Like, I remember extreme details throughout my life, but like what I just changed my password to 5 minutes ago? No.
Yeah, without that password app, I'd be screwed.
Oh, I had a password app. Yeah, and you have a master password? Fucking forgot the master password.
I have that saved in my. There's a note I have, which I'll probably get hacked at some point. But yeah, it's written down or saved somewhere. Because then you have to change it, and one of them they want a capital letter, numbers, symbols.
They do this like to fuck with us at this
12
point.
letters.
Honestly, it's sometimes they make it impossible just to log in and pay your bills. I'm like, listen, if the hackers want to fucking hack my shit and pay my fucking Best Buy credit card,
then let them.
Awesome. Fucking let them. Let them. Let them.
Yeah.
Please.
I use my thumbprint for a lot of things. Because I'm like, oh, remember.
Yeah, no, sometimes that works. And then other times it says, please manually enter in your password because you've been having a totally good day, flawlessly getting in and out of things. We just want to make it hard just once. You want to just like,
yeah,
we're not going to let your.
Yeah. Or the ones where they ask you the passwords or the security and it's a question from your childhood or something. You're like,
I don't remember that.
What street did you live on?
Well, and then they're like, pick the question. You're like, shit, what question did I answer?
What question?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Forget the answer part. I still got to remember which question I chose.
Like at this point, just make it my DNA. Just make it my DNA. I talk a lot of shit about like the machine and the government and the greeterment and the New World Order and something Alex Jonesy. But like at the end of the day, like, listen, if this is the way life is, like literally just mainstream the microchip so I can just
microchip. Also, you can track me if I ever get lost. Please come find me. I'm good.
if I can just have like a thing that I put over it, like if I want to go ghosts, I just need a ghost mode. I just need a ghost mode thing, like a Fandalay bag, like the thing for the phone that makes you go invisible.
Put it in there.
Yeah, just need that for my chip. Like obviously, I clearly don't have problems with technology, which I have to show you this cool little grabby thing. This is my wait. We got to get right to the camera. There we go. This is my iWatch, and it's on this like steampunky wrist thing. So when I'm grooming, I can see my shit. It's right here. I don't have to turn my wrist.
Yeah, I need that.
So there's a I'll send you the link for it. There's the fancy version, which is on which I saw on Facebook that made me realize this wonderful thing exists. But then there's the Amazon version that's like $12. That's the one that I go.
I can't wear any watches or whatever. I get rashes under them when I groom. I used to when I first started.
So I
can't.
So this no rash, and again, it also fits under my bathing glove. I can also very easily take it off when I'm bathing if I want to. But this thing's the tits. I'm super happy with it.
I need
I'm gonna put it in.
I got enough distractions. I don't need any more.
I'm putting that in my notes right here. Apple Watch.
I'm gonna go take a potty break.
Okay.
That's it.
There we go. Share it in the messenger, in the pod.
You know, I realized
Yes.
I had asked, hey, do we want to do a post and tell our vendors to do Black Friday specials? And then Alyssa finally was like, yeah, we should. And then I saw it like a couple of days later. I'm like, oh, whoops.
But you want to know what? Like, I don't like what Black Friday's turned into. I don't like it. Black Friday used to be a thing like, cool, I need to go out of my comfort zone to be able to get little ones presents or get friends presents or family presents. Then it became into like, oh, I want to stock up on groceries so I have extra food. And then it turned into I need extra shit for work. And my problems with sales and the marketing of sales is that these things are being made like pennies on the dollar. And they're being sold much more than they're really worth, and that there's this fluid price. And that is my biggest issue. If something is $20 and then it's 15 and then it's 10 and then it's 5, like it just goes to show there's so much power in the consumer that the value a product has is really controlled by the consumer, that we have so much control over these things. Listen, we'll pay $1,000 to $1,200 for an iPhone because we all agree that this magical device that makes our lives that much better is worth it. They did a lot of research right down to the packaging to make us not want to throw away the boxes and hold on to them for centuries. And
so many of those boxes. Why can't I throw them away?
Oh, I throw mine all away.
Dude, it's right down.
If you were an iPhone user, you'd still have your box.
No.
It's just.
I've never been a box keeper of anything.
I wasn't either. I throw away Tiffany's boxes. I will not throw away an Apple box.
I still have my iPad box. Like,
nope.
You got to keep.
I have my iPod box.
Oh, I'm not that bad.
Yeah.
Chris, do you save your Apple boxes?
For a while, and then eventually I gave them up. But now I hold on to them for a while only because I have
a drawer of. I just once the iPhone started being something that costs four figures. I now trade them in for value and everything like that. But, you know, like back in the day, like I just threw them in a drawer and I have an entire, like, it's just like an archaeological dig of fucking failed technology.
Yeah, I found an iPhone 8 just randomly. I was like, well, that's really random.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the value of the product is what you're willing to pay for it. And so I get very frustrated that I wish just things had their price and it just didn't change because it's November versus December versus springtime. And, you know, obviously we're the one that sets the standards. What we're willing to pay is what something's going to cost. You know, obviously, you know, services, goods, products, everything went up when diesel went up. Because the cost of shipping things, moving things, creating things, everything's powered by diesel, so everything costs a lot of money to make. So I understand why everything went up. This isn't to throw shade at companies that did, but there's a margin. We all have a margin.
Yeah.
And as the service providers, we have Becky who is doing fine right now. And so when you do your price increase, Becky's okay. So Becky got the price increase. And then you might have like that little old lady that's on a fixed income. And, she's always really flexible and she's always really kind. And, she's kind of going through a tough time right now. So you may not do the increase on her this year. You might do it on next year. So I understand like the balancing of applying different prices to an individual based on how we care and how we see like there's a need. But obviously with a giant company selling lots of products, they're just cool. This is what they're willing to pay. This is what sticks. This is what they're not willing to pay. Shit, we got to dial it back.
Yes.
And that shit irks me.
But speaking of that, do you guys ever use the view price history button on Amazon?
Oh, when you can see they raise it right before they put it on sale, so it's not really on sale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, that yucked my yum.
I've never but existed.
Oh yeah. It seems like it's not on everything, but on a lot of things. But see, I have lists, a lot of lists actually in Amazon where I save things.
So many. Yes, you have to save them and organize them because you never know.
Yeah. No, totally. I have one for pet cuts. I have one for the rooms of my house. And then for myself. But because a lot of times, more often than not, I'll see something I'm like, oh, okay, I like that, but I don't really want to go buy it, and I'll put it in a list, but and then before I know they're going to be joint like Black Friday deals or Cyber Monday or whatever, sometimes I'll go through my listings that maybe I were thinking of, and I'll look just to see. And so then when it's not really a real deal that they're trying to claim, I get pissed off, and out of principle, I won't buy it.
Right.
I'm like, nope, I don't want it. Screw you.
So tired.
He's such a sad baby.
He just wants to be part of the podcast.
Okay, no joke. They now know when we're coming here. Because, they both go to work with me. He has his favorite dogs, which he has 2 doodle girlfriends. And he knows when we're near their neighborhood. And he gets so excited and starts yipping and whining. They now know when we're coming to her shop because they're going to record a podcast.
They've been doing that. So when I would take them, they would know that, because I sometimes borrow them to have my staff learn new styles on them and stuff because Victoria doesn't care.
I don't groom my own dogs. That's silly.
So
why would you do that?
Yeah, I borrow Kylo and stuff, but and just Splat, she gets color. So, but when we get off the freeway, he starts and then she starts. It's hilarious, huh?
In fact, do you guys need to teach somebody to groom a dog this week? Kyla could use a haircut.
Haley's out injured.
Do you want a haircut?
Because she loves doing Kylo.
He's also really bad for, not really bad, but he can be difficult and he's tiny. So, when they do the
little dogs are the most challenging. People complain about the big dogs.
No.
Little dogs will make you question why you're doing this. A little dog can...
He just died in my arms. Oh no, dead dog. What? Wait. Oh no, reset. Are you still alive?
Kylo, come back to life.
Well, Splat's a good one. Oh god. Splat's a good one to teach hand stripping. Didn't Lisa Lee use him in a demonstration for hand stripping once?
Not for hand stripping, but for like things you could do for a smooth coat. Like, come here, Splat. Let's demonstrate. Come here.
Get some of the bulk out of it.
Okay, Splat. Try not to knock everything over. Yeah, like, trimming right here to even it out.
Yeah.
Thinning marks so they stand out more. Shaving the whiskers. Just the little detail things that can make it from how do I charge, $105 to bathe this dog? And now you're a little old lady. Don't do that.
Yeah. Because I remember it was at Pasadena.
And it was Pasadena. Yeah.
And I think she used just her thinning shears. She was showing, it was, she was at the booth doing demonstration.
Yeah, at the wall booth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the good old demo.
Yep. The good old days. I mean, I'm sure they probably still do that stuff, but I just haven't been in forever.
Need to go back. Don't like me. It's weird.
I don't know.
I used to have a rat terrier fox terrier mix that reminds me of Splat, and his name was Yoda. He was like my second dog.
Hmm.
You know what Kim missed last time that I feel like we need to get back to?
Sweet Treats, our little bakery on wheels, and your passport to pastel happiness. It tastes like a cloud. Layered, always on the move. Park, welcome to Sweet Treats.
Sweet treats, cupcakes, and dildo.
Sweet Treats. It's a cupcake and dildo business.
Oh, yes, you sent it to me. I was like, what did I just watch? Wait, what?
Yeah, listen. When you're marketing well and you're marketing straight, pink. What do we associate pink with? Dildos, puppies, photography,
Cupcakes.
and cupcakes.
I will say I tried all the AI things for, yes, I did this, for creating the logo and all that. And at first it went with it and it was like, here you go. And then like the second time I prompted it to change it, it was like,
nah,
can't do that. And I was like, but literally that was just the same prompt right up there. Nope, can't do it. So I had to switch apps. I think we need t-shirts that
I can only do it once.
cupcakes and yeah, it only did it once, but I got the logo. So yeah, we may or may not have t-shirts at some point.
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
Cupcakes and dildos.
Oh
Ooh, a fun surprise box. Is it a cupcake? Is it a dildo? Is there a dildo inside the cupcake?
it's a dildo cupcake.
That's
Sweet
basically.
Treats.
Oh,
It's
I
got
love sweet
cream in the
treats.
middle.
It's the best kind.
Chris, look at Chris.
Boy, teasing Chris with some
Sweet
of
Treats.
escapades and naughty things I do. Sometimes I'll be like, so I did this. And then she just looks at me and then laughs that silent laugh. And I'm like, yes, that happened.
It's the best when you go tell John.
John will leave the room.
He's just like, why are you telling me this? And then he's like,
Well, I don't tell it to him. I wait till I know he can hear everything. And then I say it. Because it's like, basically he's a brother. So it's,
He's
but
all
he gets me back.
TMI.
yes, he does. He gets you back
He
good.
said, no naked men drinking the milk out of the refrigerator in the mornings, and we're good.
yeah.
so they can be
he said no
clothed.
naked Vikings.
Which means naked men are a yes.
That's how I took it. He tried to clarify the other day. I said, no, you
Too
already said
late.
it.
Too late. That rule was put down. I'm taking that rule by letter of the law. Can't edit it. We'll need an amendment for that, sir. It's not going to pass 2/3 vote.
So what you're saying is that if you have to go in the kitchen in the morning, he might be in there naked. You're going to make sure your glasses are not on or contacts in.
John's not going to get surgery now for his eyes. He's like, I'll stay blind.
Yeah, poor John's going blind. So he has to have surgery.
Oh, is he getting LASIK?
Huh?
Is somebody getting LASIK?
I don't think
I
it's
don't
LASIK.
think it's
It's cataracts.
Where they put the lenses in.
Yeah, he's getting the lens, and then he also has a bleeding retina.
Oh.
So they're treating that.
Oof.
And he started going blind. He had he had a bad reaction to the COVID shot. And they're just now discovering that that it does the damage that it did to him. But he had just gone to the eye doctor, so he had all of the data. Then he went and got the shot, and then like 3 days after getting the shot, he had a problem where he went blind, and I brought him in and he had to get shots in his eyes, but it warped the back of his eyes. Yeah. And so,
Wow.
But he also is sick and everything else. So
I just thought of a brilliant idea. Sorry, squirrel. So
What up?
and he's covered. I think I put up naked Viking pictures all over the house or inside the fridge. So when he opens the fridge in the morning, there's just a picture of a big...
Can I video it? Those would be great TikToks.
We'll just put the goat up in the corner, and then I'll wait like in the morning when he goes out to get his medicine. We'll just like open the cupboard and there's a giant dildo there or something.
That would be funny.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna get him. Happen.
You guys, the shade of red that this man turns at some of the stuff she does, it's like...
He started it. He would hide around the corner and scare me. So he started this war. I will end it. Because I will take it further.
And I will just sit and watch and enjoy.
She won't participate because I know her weakness.
Yeah.
And dolls.
Yep.
Oh.
Creepy dolls.
Creepy dolls. I have a creepy doll. What? I don't have a creepy clown doll, but it is in my shopping cart.
No.
Ugh.
I am not a fan. So when
Isn't
I
it
was
Alyssa
a kid,
who likes creepy dolls?
when I was a kid, we had.
Alyssa got me started.
Yeah. God.
I cannot do creepy dolls. When I was a kid, my house burned down, and my mom used to collect porcelain dolls. So when I went through the house to like rummage around my fucking room to see what was left of it, all of her fucking porcelain dolls that were all smoked out, fucking eyeballs missing, just mocking me. Like, it was just scary.
Mine are Disney princesses, but they look like they're dead, which just makes it more fun.
So I'm petrified of clowns. Explain to you why. And I had a
You don't have to. Literally, you're Gen X. Every horror movie that came out during your time, I also saw. That shit fucking it.
What was it? Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
No.
That one's funny, though.
But I had a friend who was married to a tattoo artist, and I didn't realize his whole chest and stomach area was one big clown.
Oh.
And he found out I was petrified of clowns, so he came in with his shirt off, and he's like, "Hey, Chris," and I just turned around politely, went goodbye, and left. And he goes, "No, she's seriously afraid." And she goes, "I tried to tell you, she's afraid of clowns. Like, she can't see him, she can't be around him, she just goes."
Okay, dolls I'm okay with, but in real life, people dressed as a clown is a little creepy.
So I had a customer, I didn't know she was a clown. She told me she did parties for kids. I didn't realize she dressed up as a clown for parties for kids. So one year she came in her full clown costume. I couldn't get her dog. Thank God John was there. I was hiding in the bathroom. I was literally having a panic attack. And John goes, "She has a clown phobia." And she hands her the dog and she goes, "Okay, I'll try to before I come back." But yeah, I can't handle it. I don't know what it is.
How mad would you be?
You wouldn't.
I didn't even say it.
No.
What if it wasn't like full clown, but partial clown?
No. Mine's even freaked me out. And I don't even consider them real clowns.
They're not real clowns.
But they freak me out.
Just a little bit? What if
No.
it's daylight? What if it's on the back of a horse? Or unicorn? What if I put Miss as a unicorn, I dress up as a clown?
No.
And I knock on the door?
No.
Any clown? Dead clown? Isn't a good clown a dead clown?
I don't like clowns. I don't like them live, dead, nothing.
What if we turn Kylo into a clown?
No. No. No.
I want to see if I can make it do it again. Wait.
Oh.
You gotta come up.
It's doing something.
There's that.
Wait.
Do it. Do it. Well, this is malarkey.
I don't understand what
It
we're
is
doing.
malarkey.
What's it doing?
Before, when I did this, I got fireworks.
That's how you got the fireworks?
I don't know. I just started doing all these things.
Now we look like lunatics.
How did you get fireworks?
I don't know.
Bullshit.
Triggered something.
Contact
Come on, I want fireworks.
triggered
Nope.
me. I'm triggered.
No, dog.
I am
No.
triggered.
Stupid
No.
trigger. Going up there. Else.
No.
That dog has a.
That would be my dog.
Oh my god.
No.
What does your dog want?
To sit on my lap.
Oh, Splat just forced your way.
Yeah, Splat will just push it, but she's a terrier. She's a terrorist.
It's well, actually, Sunny would too. She would normally just jump up on my lap, but I have my TV on TV. Ugh, I have my phone on one of those like TV trays in front of me in a chair in my front room, so it's blocking her path to jump on me. And she was just asleep on her blanket on the couch, and she woke up and decided that was no longer good enough.
Okay, I have a random question.
Okay.
What is I'm trying to think of a confession of something naughty or inappropriate you've done at work.
Oh, besides the number one topic of I pooped in my van.
Oh God.
Yeah,
everyone's done it.
Honestly, I don't even know how it's even like, I mean, I understand people may not want to talk about it, but like, come on, man, if you gotta go, you gotta go. Like everyone, all my clients are crapping in my van. What big of a difference is that if I'm crapping too? We're all crapping together.
You know, everyone's peed in a bathtub at some point. Just let it go.
Oh yeah.
Inappropriate. That's a hard one. I've done interesting things, but not really inappropriate. I've slept in my van. I've prepared food in my van. I've used my van for multiple uses, but I don't think I've really done anything inappropriate.
Yeah, I can't think of anything I've done. No.
I like came into small business ownership like older. So like I think if I was younger, it might have been a little bit different. Now, if you were to rephrase the question, have I done inappropriate things at work? Then
okay,
that
have you done inappropriate things at work?
Yes.
Tell me.
Oh God, I don't think I can.
Okay.
I don't think I can here in polite company.
Who's polite?
I really don't think that I am. I mean, it's my own business. Like, I don't know how it's inappropriate.
It doesn't have to be inappropriate, but maybe like, telling a client something like, we can't do that haircut, do this, or firing them by saying, I use my...
Okay, so actually I do have a funny story. So when I worked at Petco in 2002, and me and the manager were really close, and so like we pooled dogs, we shared a lot of dogs, so like everything would kind of come in at once, and we worked, whereas Petco, everybody's individual and everybody has their own shit. Like me and her came from a grooming salon, so we worked together in that same thing so we can do as many dogs as possible. So anyway, so we had our little client cards, and so we knew who was getting what haircut. Well, I plucked up one. The dog that was supposed to get a trim got a shavy shave, and the dog that was supposed to get a shavy shave got a trim. And the client just decided to just show up, and we had to come up with a fucking lie on the spot, like why your dog is naked, because it sure as fuck wasn't matted. This dog was coming in for grooming like every 4 weeks, and back then, if you had a client that came in once a month, that was like, ooh, they're fancy people. Those are fancy people. Because people didn't really care, didn't value that shit to that degree, unless you had like a really fancy dog. So, so she's like, hey, so Isabella, dog's name was we called her Izzy, but Isabella was her full name. So she made the name, she had to say the dog's full name because her brain, as she's seeing this, is like cooking up the fucking lie of a fucking century. So she's just like, the little gears are turning, like, okay, gotta think of some bullshit right now, or my employees or my, my underling is gonna be in a lot of shit. So she's like, so he had an allergic reaction. It was so severe. It was so bad. We had to see that skin. We had to get right to the bottom of it so we could treat the skin effectively. There is no charge for the medical shampoo. There's no charge for our time, just the cost of a haircut. You're not going to need to get him groomed for a couple of months. That lady paid her fucking bill and tipped and said thank you. It was the first time witnessing lying in the salon. You have to keep in mind, this is when I was but a wee groomer. So like, to see somebody just lie on the spot, I was just like, it like laid eggs in my brain. Be like, man, you can say just about fucking anything and people believe you. You just got to really believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And so like when I had dogs that like, you know, there was just one matted leg, the other legs were fine, but it was just one matted leg. But I was like, you know what? I don't want to put the dog through that. And when you're like a newbie groomer, like that excuse doesn't feel good to say. Like when you get a little more experience under your belt, you can say like, I'm not hurting your dog. Fuck yourself. I shaved him. But when you're a baby groomer, you want to kind of be a little more nice. And so you kind of pussyfoot around it. So like after witnessing that, I'd be like, you know, I just started picking just a little bit and I saw how red the skin was. I just couldn't.
Aw.
All 4 legs had to come off. I'm so sorry. It was so bad. It must have been the rain. It must have just happened on the way in the car and just reinforced their lies with your lies. And then you get to the end of it. So yeah, that was a shock for me. I was just like, wow. I was also a bartender at the time. So like we lied about everything to save our own asses. So it was just weird to see that in the salon environment. And again, it was just read the wrong card. She didn't want to admit the fuck up because our system of operating wasn't something that would be approved by corporate. And she didn't want anything to threaten what we were doing because like we worked as a well-oiled machine. There was not like I bathe, you bathe. It was like we are gonna fucking get all these dogs done and everybody's gonna have fast turnaround times. The clients are gonna be happy. So having one fuck up would have been like, nope, you don't get to do this anymore.
Well, all else fails, you always blame the dog. Oh, they didn't want the eyelash cut off, or they didn't want the top knot or the ears to be. You're like, I started scissoring just the little, I always call them the sticky outies. Comb them out, and I only trim the sticky outies, but then they sneezed. And well, you know, I can't. I always would tell people if I had to shave a leg or something, I'm like, listen, do you want to pay to have a groom that looks like you did it yourself? No. So we had to make it even, and its hair, it grows, but they shouldn't have sneezed.
So I have an eyelash customer, and every time I see her, dog is lovely. She's also lovely, but I don't like taking care of this dog. I can't stand it. The woman is the definition of anxiety. If you were to look up in the dictionary the definition of anxiety, this bitch's picture would be in the book. I have patience for days. I have an obnoxious amount of patience for dogs, for people, for dogs and people at the same time. But this lady, it's a golden doodle, eyelashes beyond this point. It's the type of golden doodle where this is curly and shapes up real nice. The ears are pinned straight. The muzzle's pinned straight. The beard is pinned straight. So making this and this one, you like it's a challenge because then you also have these eyelashes that you're not allowed to fucking touch. So the haircut, it's just I hate myself as I'm doing it. I hate myself when it's done. And I send her the picture. I can't even dance around in light. I send her the picture. She's like, you know, why don't you bring him up and we can go over it together? I'm like, nope, not bringing him up. We're not going over it together. You can calm down. You can tell me what you want me to change. Like, I can't even fake it anymore because she even says like, do you think I'm crazy? I'm like, I think you're fucking batshit. I love you, but you're fucking batshit. This appointment was done in 1 hour and 8 minutes. You somehow make it 2 hours. And it's and I've been grooming this dog for years. It just started this year. So yeah, listen, I'm getting older. Maybe my skills are slipping. Maybe the dog's hair's changing. Maybe she's just more crazy. All 3 of these things are possible. But either way, it doesn't change the fact that I don't want to groom this dog anymore. I keep raising the price. It is now $425 for me to go. Just for reference, yes, I'm in New York. My prices are absurd. But it's mainly just to accommodate that even though this dog, I should be billing like $305. This is how much time it takes me. But because of the extra anguish, stress, and time suck, the only way I can kind of handle it is if the money makes it feel better. The money is no longer making it feel better.
Oh yeah, that's
and I'm not that financially secure. I'm not to the point where it's like, oh, I don't need money. I absolutely need money. The city of New York needs money. The federal government needs money. All these people that freaking usurp off of me need money. So like, it's not, I'm comfortable. I don't need it. It's just my brain is saying, hey, take the L on this one. This one's not worth it. I just go. And I don't even know how to begin to fire this woman because no one on this earth has the patience to deal with this lady.
She's
Yeah, that sucks.
She's one of those has unrealistic expectations for the dog's coat type.
Yeah, I mean, like her whole, I think basically it's a control, I think, and again, I've groomed the dog many years. It's just started getting worse the past 12 months. Past 12 months, it's gotten so bad that usually I have to pep talk myself in the van, like, oh man, you really love Teddy so much. It's okay. Listen, just remember, you're going to be with Teddy. You and Teddy are going to have a good time. And maybe she's not going to bitch today. Maybe she's not going to bitch. And then as I'm finishing the dog, I'm just pressing my face into his side. I'm like, Teddy, I just hope today is the day your mom isn't going to be a bitch. And he feels that. He's like, me too. I just want my goodie bag and to fucking leave. And I was like, okay, listen, let's channel this together. Try to look extra cute. Okay. And then she'll come. She's like, how come one eyelash is 1 millimeter longer? And I'm just like, if you fucking make me trim this fucking eyelash, it's because there's a little tent in the middle of the eye. So when the eye wrinkles this way, it looks a different length. And when it wrinkles that way, it looks a different length. Leave it the fuck alone. Leave it alone.
Because Teddy has a cowlick.
It's not really a cowlick. I mean, it's an eyeball, and it's pubic hair growing out of an eyelid.
Well, yes, so but I would just say that.
It's what they are. Fucking eyelashes are pubes. It's the same material.
That's why they're curly.
We had there was one year I had hurt my arm, so I couldn't do the dog, and we gave it to one of my most patient groomers. And you had to be patient with the customer, not the dog. The dog was an angel. And she used to do this stuff to me. And so she kept sending the dog back. And I walked up and with my brace in my hand, turned my back so the lady, when she was peeking over, she couldn't see the dog. She could just see me. And I'm combing the dog, and that's all I'm doing. And she goes, what are you doing? And I go, you just tell her, Chris, with her broken arm, just fix the dog and ask her if she likes it. I didn't touch it. All I did was comb it. She brought it out there and she goes, so Chris just told me what I was doing wrong, and do you like it? Oh, it's perfect. I knew she could use that arm. She's just faking it. It's perfect. Oh, and here, give this to Chris. And she gives her an extra 20. She never took me before. And she gives her $20. And I'm like, you keep it. You had to deal with her.
Okay.
So in medieval times, people in the house used to get bored, and so maybe they'd like to see some spice happening in the evening. So, like, the woman of the house might throw some silverware in, like, the housekeeper or the chambermaid's pocketbook. Let's just fast forward to like 300 years ago. So insert medieval speak. And then it's like, oh no, I can't find my silverware. And then all of a sudden, like, burn her, she's a witch. Like, it's really no different now. It's no different now. I think people, they just get bored and they need to terrorize something because they don't have any control out of their jobs in their lives. And I cut you off, Victoria. What were you saying?
Well, I was wondering if anybody remembers Greyson and the forced drink from a long
time
ago.
Dang it.
Don't forget to force drink Greyson. I wonder if that woman knows that she's like the laughing stock of the fucking internet. It's amazing.
Oh God, Greyson and forced drink. She was so mad that the groomer didn't force drink her dog. It's a t-shirt. I have the t-shirt somewhere. I don't remember what face.
I totally remember that.
I think it was Pro Groomer Network, and shirts were made, and I bought one.
I don't
know where. I know it's in here somewhere.
This groomer or this client lost her shit because the groomer didn't force the dog to drink while it was at the shop.
Yep.
Oh my God. For reference, I'm going to try to pull this up.
I'm trying to... Did that happen at or around holiday time? And that's just why the groomers really went left with it. Like,
I was scared to take on clients named Greyson after that.
Right?
It was the laughing stock.
Oh God. It was so amazing. That.
Thousands upon thousands. And every so often somebody would be like, how's Greyson? Is it getting water?
Oh, I mean, there's a post from 2020. We know it's older than that. Oh, come on. 2017.
I'm pulling it up. 10 years ago.
Totally remember that.
Oh, somebody deleted it.
Right? Someone did
I need screens. I need screens. Fuck you. There's got to be screens.
Oh, God. Forced Drink Greyson. It was, I gotta find that shirt. Remember Greyson. Okay,
That
it was around 2000.
2000 when?
2016.
Wow. It's almost been 10 years. Holy crap.
It was amazing. It was one of my... Every once in a while it pops up in my head. And I snicker. Like the all-time crazy... Who did a dirty delete? You don't remember Greyson, Chris?
The name sounds familiar, but I don't know, maybe.
Oh my God, I got a picture of the original fucking thing. All right, I'm saving it. I'm going to put it in the group things. Greyson had a lot of knots since his last groom. I've tried to cut them off. I applied the Parastar on Saturday, June 25th. This is dated August 1st, 2015. I brush him 2 times a day, but he still gets knots. See pics below from his last grooming. Please don't make him look the way like a girl square pixie ears. Please no, blah, 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 blah. Requests. Face, written in red in all caps. Neat trim cut, short around his eyes. See pics below. Layered ears 2 and 3. Oh God, he looks like a fucking Greyson. Trim fluffy. Short hair, not poodle, not like pick 1. Greyson gets depressed when I'm not around. Please force drink him water. Not worried about food intake. Thanks and God bless. I am going to send this to the pod so everybody has it. I don't need the original post. That's all I needed is that.
Yeah, forced drink.
Oh,
Greyson. Greyson forever. We need
no, that was. I usually find when someone gives me like a pamphlet, I mean, when you really just like, usually when this happens, when somebody gives you a pamphlet, you're not given an adequate enough time to respond. You're just kind of trying to be polite. Someone put a lot of effort into creating something, and they know what they want, they know what they don't want, and they're just trying to be thorough. But then they leave, and then you just really get the time to really sit down. Like, you're a professional. This person picked you because your reputation is good enough for them to trust their dog with. But they don't trust you enough to send you a step-by-step guide of how they want their dog looking and not looking. Now, like, let's just like dial it back a little bit. If you had a plumber coming to your house, would you give them a step-by-step guide of which pipes that you want insulated, which ones you want your washers adjusted on, what size washers you need? No, you let the fucking professional go do their job. And even so, like, okay, maybe people respect HVAC people and plumber people more than dog groomers. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's let's take it to hairdressers. Okay. You're not going to show up to your hairdresser with some crusty ass shampoo that you fucking bought at Wally World with step-by-step instructions of how you want your hair cut. When I find things that are tutorials that are cool online that I like, I will send the picture to my hairdresser. I'm not going to send the tutorial to my hairdresser because she's a professional. And if it's something that, you know what, I'm not familiar with this technique just yet, but let me do some research because she's a professional and I respect her and I wouldn't want to make her feel like I didn't trust her expertise. Same thing with tattoo artists, okay? We're like the tattoo artists of the hair industry. Tattoo artists, they're going to show up with like a step-by-step guide. You're going to trust that the professional you hired knows what the fuck they're doing. So I never really get to vent about this because I work by myself. And so I don't really usually get to have a conversation of just how absolutely fucking absurd it is to just go to your professional. It's like, here is instructions on how I want my dog groomed. It is quite a difference when you're texting me instructions, requests, what you don't like, or coming to me face to face to have a discussion. And maybe we look at our phones together to go through, like, this is what I like. But when you take the time to actually make me a packet, it's a big fuck you. It is
Yeah.
the biggest fuck you could possibly ever. I would never let a client know to their face when they hand me a piece of paper, like, I am millennial explosion offended. That is the level of offended I am. Like, your price is going up by the fucking page because I'm that offended.
I used to tell my friend, you know, when they'd give you a picture of like a really dirty, ungroomed doodle, I want it to look like
Yeah.
this. And she would say, how do I do that? And I said, well, you take some dull kitchen shears in your non-dominant hand, and that's
In
how
your
you
non-dominant hand.
No, you don't even use a hand. Just bite at it.
right.
Bite at it with your mouth. I don't know. I've always been able to communicate well with people. I've always been like a really good communicator, whether it's text, whether it's a phone call. Some of my clients I don't even meet. They have a handler run over a dog and they're like, "Man, look cute." I'm like, "Cool, any instructions?" No. Like, so I got so accustomed to people not being that way. So it's just like the second you get
Yeah.
that fucking crazy bird that's just like, here is a step-by-step guide of how, like, why don't you go somewhere else with that shit? Like, I don't even understand in what world like that's acceptable. And I have clients that are absolute control freaks about every aspect of their life, and they are challenging to please, but when you do, it feels amazing. It's like Devil Wears Prada, Miranda style
Yes.
type of client. When you win with those people, it is like the best feeling. It's like, yes, I had an impossible list and I achieved it all and I feel great. I love those moments, but even those people, they don't give you a fucking list. They'll rattle off 50 instructions and expect you to get it, and then they fuck off, and then they come back, and then
They're
if
not
you
the
did a
ones who
good
keep
job,
bringing the dog back.
exactly. I like my Mirandas.
I like the ones where they ask you, do you know how to groom? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm always like, it's actually kind of harder for me. Like, I don't get offended by or get upset, not initially, when if they had like a booklet or whatever. First, I'm like kind of impressed. I'm like, wow, you took the time to print all that out. That's commitment. Could you be this committed to
It is
brushing your dog?
commitment.
But I guess for me, I'm always like, oh, I've never come across this breed in my 17 years of grooming. I'm sure I can fake it till I make it.
Yeah, it blows my mind that anybody can be at a point where they just feel like that's acceptable behavior anywhere. And it's not just a city thing. I've lived all over the country, and there's always that one fucking squirrely weirdo that's just like, here's a list, and I'm just like,
I
Tell me
wonder what my
more.
horse trainer. I went to my horse trainer and I was like, here's the list of how I want you to do your job, how I want it to be, and
that's exactly what it is.
30
It's
days.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I would rather
She-
a client. And again, we never know who sees these podcasts, so like I want to make sure I actually address everybody in this and not just pet professionals. If you are going to a dog groomer and you have specifics, things you like, things you don't like, things you don't want to entertain, problems, every groomer with a first time client, most of us have a protocol for first time clients. And for a first time client, you pad on an extra 20 minutes onto the appointment because we want to have a fucking conversation.
Yeah.
I want to know everything that you like, you don't like, what the last groomer did that pissed you off, what the groomer before that didn't piss you off did, and I want to know that what your dog is scared of. I want every little detail. I don't want it in a fucking list. You hand me a list, I'm going to charge you about $40 to $75 more, depending on how many pages and how insulting the instructions are.
Right.
Like, have a conversation with your stylist. No groomer wants to be handed a shampoo, told how to do their job. It's just not a respectful thing. There's no planet where that is respectful. If you buy some bougie shampoo and you think it's better than anything the professional has, then say, hey, listen, this is what I like to use. Yeah, you know what? I like to use things that come from my shop. If do you have an allergy? Do you have a sensitivity? Is that why you want me to use this product? And most of the time, it's, yeah, that's it. They're like, yeah, I'm really sensitive to smells. Cool. I got a hypoallergenic shampoo. It's made by this company. You feel free to look into them, but that's who I use because it's my skin touching it too. And it's touching your dog. So we're equally invested in using the best products for your dog. And like, it's have a conversation. We're people. And I think that, you know, I, I think that the day we stop having discussions on intake for any industry is a sad day, because you should get to know your professional. And if you spend enough time, again, researching the person you're hiring, then there needs to be a level of fucking trust. And if there is no trust, then maybe that I'm not the one for you, or whoever you're picking. So yeah, I would rather have to sift through 50 screenshots and talk for 45 minutes than be handed a fucking list. And watch honestly somebody see this and like my next fucking 50 first clients have a list.
The next time I see you, I'm going to hand you a list.
Triggered. It's just so disrespectful. And when I think of any time I've hired a professional for anything, I have trusted the professional to take care of me. And if there was, hey, I did this one time before and I didn't like when they did this, that, and the other, I would like to not do that again. Hey, yeah, appreciate that. And if they don't listen, then cool. Then I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just not going to come back.
So it's gotten worse though, getting the list or the book. And the biggest offenders now with us is the doodles. But back in the day, it was schnauzers. We used to get people that would,
because they want the hula skirt.
Yes, please, and I would have to explain to them, do you want your dog to look like a schnauzer, or do you want it to look like it's going to a luau, or it's a cocker spaniel? And they went, no, like a schnauzer. Then stop putting a skirt on your dog. And I would bring out the books and show them the books, and yeah, we'd go round and round. But now it's the doodles with they bring me pictures of different breeds and say, make my dog look like this. But why don't you just buy that breed?
Right?
I have good doodle. I love my doodle clients.
I love my doodle clients, but we have a couple of...
I don't have any of those.
Yeah, we have one
lucky.
In particular that came in this week. It was funny, the first time she came in, she wasn't even in the door, and I looked at her and I said to my receptionist, I said, she's going to be a problem. And she goes, how do you know that? I just know. And she walked in, and she has been a headache ever since.
Am I the only one that has like a standard length I do on almost like every doodle or oodle or poo? Like it tends to, but most of them are 4 weeks or less. It tends to be the 3/8 guard come on the body, 5/8 on the leg and head, layered ears, 5 reverse on the chin, bam, out the door.
We have a little bit, there's, in the summertime, we have everybody, of the little dogs, it seems to be they always want the length of a 2 or 4, and the legs a little bit longer, but that's usually in the summertime. In the wintertime, like California really gets a winter here.
Oh,
I know I'm
so
sitting
cold
in
today.
I know I'm sitting in a jacket,
60 degrees here today. It's so cold.
But for the most part, we don't winter, and yet they want those dogs to be like 4 inches long because they might get a chill. And I'm like,
the inside dogs that never go outside.
yeah. So, but
it was 35
you guys
when I woke up this morning.
I'm sorry for you.
I woke up to snow. There was lots of snow. It's gone now, but it was like a whisper snow. And where I live in the Poconos, like I'm surrounded by trees, so even just a dusting looks like a Christmas card. And I woke up and I was like, fuck it all. I'm not doing anything today. I don't know. I don't cold doesn't rattle me as much as it used to when I first moved back here from Florida. When I first moved back here, I was like in shock. I was like, oh, I'm never going out again. I'm never doing anything. I'm just gonna go to work and go home.
I actually enjoy the cold, but for some reason today it's
a little.
It's I don't know. It's
like some days it can be the same.
I think the
it's just
yeah. I feel like the first chilly bite is just not. It sucks.
Maybe we're still getting. We did have a whole entire week of rain recently. Maybe we're still getting over that. That was pretty traumatizing to all of us here who with that for a week straight.
Yeah, rain in California.
Well,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, for 5 days in a row. It was horrible.
Steady.
It was bad.
That's
steady rain.
That's flooding.
Yeah,
it did flood. There was lots of flooding.
We had flooding on the 91 freeway.
Long Beach was flooded. Gosh. They had to shut up. It was actually. I was like, huh. They weren't lying this time about Storm Watch 2025.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. And then, of course, the Palisades people that dealt with the fires and Malibu and all of them were having their issues. And that then you've got the areas that, like where Sandy lives. Sandy lives in Yucca Valley.
Yeah, the deserts.
And she was, I forgot, it was a good thing at home because I wouldn't be able to get home because all our roads washed away.
Yeah,
so
flash flooding does suck. Oak Glen and Yucaipa get that a lot too.
Yeah, that's where you go.
Yeah, well, in the summer, those are I like watching those videos though of the people up in Oak Glen, and it's up by the mountains and it's a burn area every few years. The people who try to you'll see the rush of mud and water just coming down, and they're all running for their cars. Like, oh, dude, I wouldn't go anywhere near that mud and water. Those are fun to watch though.
And if they have rock front yards, there goes all their rock.
Yep. We lose all the horse trails in our town. They all wash out in the street.
Yeah, we're not allowed on them for 3 days.
Yeah.
The riverbed, they get the homeless. They send out the alert to the homeless to their cell phones to get out of the riverbed because
we do get quicksand.
Yeah, we get quicksand and stuff down in there. But
California.
Yeah,
we're quirky here.
I see it's different here because we've had we had a system come through and some of our areas got snow and some got rain. And I tell you, when it's rain, when it's the wet cold, it's much colder. I feel it to my bones and it hurts. But if there's just snow when there's just snow, then it's dry and I'm fine. It really doesn't faze me much.
Yeah, I find out on the west you don't get that sloppy wet that you get in the northeast. When out west you can play out in the snow for hours and you get dehydrated faster.
Yeah.
So
because it's dry.
As a result, you'll get dehydrated faster if you're being active, but up north you need to prep an entirely different way. For example, I took a hike earlier today and it's the snow is pretty much gone, but it's wet. It's that wet, sloppy cold.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing, if you are active and you're wearing cotton, you're going to end up with hypothermia if you stay outside too long because you're going to sweat and you're going to get gross. So a lot of the stuff I wear, this is alpaca and Mariano wool. And then this is a heavier one. I can vent my pants and it's a system that makes it. When I moved here, I used to think I need a big puffy jacket and that's all I need. And truthfully, even just not doing outdoorsy shit, just to deal with New York, there's 10 different types of jackets you need. You need the double-breasted short pea coat. You need a raincoat. You need a ratchet raincoat. That's for when you don't have to give a fuck. Something that you can keep in your pocket. You need the giant puffer sleeping bag jacket that goes to the floor, that goes over your head, and you just kind of just warm around. Then you need the trendy short puffy coat that that makes you look all snatched and everything. The long single-breasted wool coat. Then the puffer jacket with the thumb holes that goes 3/4 of the way so your legs can move. I think that's it. I think that's it for coats. It's and then of course your ugly outdoors coat for like when you go to the park, which is, like a Patagonia system where, it's a rain jacket on the outside, but it's a puffer in the inside. You take it out. And it's just such an unrealistic, miserable place where you just always need to have something that you can take out of your Mary Poppins bag to be able to function.
Now, do you have to do things different because you lived in Florida? So what do you do with your rig? You'd have to treat your rig different there than you would where you are now, right?
Yeah, so like up north, so I always have done mobile up north. I never did mobile in the south. So I got immediately accustomed to the cold when it came to maintaining my van. So yeah, I have to winterize, and it's just you know what, when I first got the van, I used to make it really complicated. I used to stress big. It is actually super. I don't put the space heater in the back anymore. I put the pink juice in, I put the propane on, I crank it on high, make sure I seal everything, and then I put it down really, really low. And that's usually enough to depressurize the water sprayer, open up the little trap door. But I stopped doing the space heater in the back because it used to really piss off my landlord. And then by the time lease renewal time would be going up, he's like, "Hey, you're tacking on about freaking like $3,000 a month in charges for those vans, constantly running with." And so I even bought a cheaper ceramic 1500 12-watt fucking space heater, thinking it would be less. It didn't really improve the situation. The bill was absolutely ridiculous every month. So I just thought he was over exaggerating. Then I bought a house and I plugged the van at my house, put the space heater in. Boom, electric bill shot right the fuck up. And it was a tiny little heater that was this big. So I just stopped using them, and no freeze ups. And last winter, I mean, we had like 2 weeks where it didn't go above 30. So when it gets below 30, when it's like 32, 31, 30, and it's just a couple hours, it takes a long time to freeze 55 gallons of water. You just need to make sure you depressurize your water line. You winterize, you put the pink juice in the line, depressurize it, pop the little window to your little towel chute, make sure your roof vents are closed, and make sure everything's buttoned up and nice.
What's the pink juice?
Antifreeze.
Pink juice, it's RV antifreeze.
Yeah. See, I don't use it. I don't want to drain it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when it gets below 19, also diesel fuel starts getting real fucking funny. So you got to put anti-gel in the system to prevent your diesel from gelling. So there's also that. The protocol we have is, before you start your day, before you groom your first dog, you're going to de-winterize, you're going to crank on the heat, you're going to turn on the generator, and you're going to make sure everything works before you get to your first stop, because there's nothing worse than you getting to your first stop and not letting, and I tell them, leave the generator running while you drive, keep everything on, cranked up and warm, because diesel engines, they're amazing. Literally, they take a beating. They're like the Ferraris of all freaking power sources. When it comes to the cold, though, that's Achilles' heel. And the second it is 1 degree below 32, that $10,000 piece of equipment is like, fuck you. I don't want to get up.
Yeah, that's why even here in Idaho, you'll find a lot of houses where the guys have their trucks plugged in. A lot of diesel trucks.
Yeah.
For the engine.
Or they let them run overnight.
Like
nobody's letting them run overnight. HOA would be pissed. But so they just plug them in.
Yeah.
Because
it's a lot.
You have a lot of California groomers that are moving to other states, and that are going mobile, or if they've been mobile, they're just taking their rig with them. They don't understand the difference.
Yeah.
And
that's why I sold my trailer and got the van, because I couldn't have done it if I didn't have a winterized vehicle.
it's a completely different world.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, it's a completely different business climate. It's a completely different commerce climate, governance, regulations, life, living, commuting, transit. It's essentially going from Mars then going to Earth. And it happens. It happens to people that live in New York City their whole lives. When they go somewhere else, they usually they feel like they have to pack up the city with them and represent it 10 times harder when they go in other places because they've never been anywhere else. So anything else other than what they know is just wrong. Like granted, the fact that pizza sucks fucking everywhere but New York, I'm with them right there. But when it comes to, you know, people relocate out of cities, they're usually very disappointed in the beginning.
Or like people coming here, or say Arizona, Nevada, really hot places, they don't know how to deal with the extreme heat. Where
No, they don't.
Here in the summer, leave
Oh God.
They don't turn it off and let that AC run, because if you don't turn off your generator, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like Texas, like that's why I made most of my business decisions when I went to get my new van, my 2022. I got a 2021 and I got a 2022, and I held off on anything after 2022. I held off because the Clean Air came out with Wagon Tails, and also Hanvey had came out with another battery type and an upgraded system for their all battery system. And so what I usually do is I watch Texas dog groomers when they start. I said, let them be the canary in the fucking mine. Let them see if I don't see my girls from Texas bitching about what happens when it's 100 degrees and they got to put the fucking AC on, then cool, you got yourself a product. When I went to Wagon Tails, like when they were telling me about that van, and I'm very close with all of them, I've been a customer for over a decade. I love their products. I have nothing but good things to say. When that unit went out, I explained to them, I had a really crazy life, dude. Like I live and work in 2 cities, and sometimes I'm on the road, and sometimes I'm doing 9-12 appointments like back to back, and sometimes I'm not plugging in every night. Sometimes I have to stay somewhere overnight, and I'm not plugging in. Would Clean Air be able to perform? And I'm not saying this to throw it shade, because it works well for the people it works well for. Is the technology there yet to manage the type of load that I need? And I was like, because if I buy something that's not working for me, and all of a sudden everyone who knows me sees me not talking about it, they're going to know something's up. And if I do bitch about it, it's also going to be damaging. So like my question is do I buy? They're like, just stick with diesel.
Yeah.
Just stick with diesel. And I have a friend that got like the latest Hanvey rig that came out with the updated batteries. It's an impressive machine. She's in Houston. She dealt with a hurricane. She dealt with a whole bunch of shit, and that van performed very well, and she was able to keep going. And then I had another friend that has a Wagon Tails van, a Hanvey, and a Clean Energy, and she absolutely hates it. She wants to empty a can of gas on it and light a match. It's the system gets overloaded in a different way, and much like the earlier Hanveys, so there's a lot of problems with glow plugs, and there's a lot of trouble with fan belts and things that are just being overcompensated for, because at the end of the day, how do we learn when something works? We make 100,000 of something, we put it out into the ether, and we see what happens. It's just every time you buy a mobile dog grooming van, whether it's been tried or true or not, you're betting $100,000 that this piece of equipment, I'm sorry, $150,000 that this piece of equipment is not going to fuck your life up.
The battery system Alan guy's doing seems to be holding up pretty good so far.
Yeah. And speaking of your Texas groomers, he just went out there and did like 7 vans in Texas. So those are the ones you want to pay attention to. I don't groom 9-12 dogs a day. So I know my husband, he's communicated with Alan. The only hard part is he doesn't come out to Idaho. But I'll tell you, if I were ordering a brand new van today, I wouldn't even get a generator or the inverter system. I'd buy the van, have them convert it, and I'd send it to Alan
Yeah.
because he lives by
Yeah.
them. And then I would have it
Yeah,
trucked out to me.
Yeah. I would say
and had all these issues, so he came up with a battery system that can more than power that rig all day long. It's so far holding up. Alyssa put in.
Bees died.
So everybody loves them.
So it's something that you add to an already.
You get rid of the generator.
Awesome.
That's I feel I am due to get another truck, but I've been holding off. And to be honest, I love the upgrade to the energy that comes into the salon, what powers the salon. I would like an upgrade to the vehicle itself. I don't want to, I'm a little on edge investing because, for example, I got a Tesla. I love my Tesla. Even when I I have a Mini Cooper 6-speed, I have a Tesla, and then obviously I have my trucks. And then my husband has a Dodge Ram. Anytime I get into any of the other vehicles, I feel like I feel like fucking Fred Flintstone. Because it's not just the self-driving, it's not just any of that. It's the fact that you have this smart fucking interface. I don't need my phone out. My phone can be in my bag because this monitor does fucking everything. And I would really, like, again, I know that, like, half the world hates Elon Musk and the other half doesn't. I'm just talking about the innovation of equipment and products. And I'm done just having an upgraded salon space and a fancy new toy to that serves me in the back. I want something that's going to serve me in the front. I want a vehicle that drives itself and that drives itself well. The latest Mercedes Sprinters kind of do. They have a much more reactive cruise control that allows you to disassociate a little bit. But I don't want to make the investment on a $150,000 van and new technology come out two years later. The days of me buying a new van and trading them in every couple of years, it's so much money now. The wraps are $10,000 and then paying all the bullshit. By the time you're done, you've spent like 150, 180,000. I don't want to sign up for that, especially when the economy is so meh.
Yeah.
So I think I would like to see what Tesla's technologies does in terms of the Sprinter trucks.
Yeah, Tesla
and see.
And then have Alan's battery system in the back. Perfect world.
Well, I mean, I think that, I would like, instead of a Franken system, I would like to see if Tesla would be interested in actually just developing a piece of equipment that literally can be, hey, we're putting in all the electrical components that run this thing. The only thing you're going to have to do is put a grooming table and a tub and your little fixtures in the way you like it. Because you have to keep in mind, one thing I don't like about these systems that are merged with a million different companies, when something goes wrong, I then have to go to 50 different individual people. I don't know, when this was an $80,000 thing, a $90,000 thing, I had different expectations, a lot more understanding and a lot more flexibility. And now that this is like the equivalent of what a house was in 1994, I'm set. Like, I want this to be one fucking system. And who designed the front is who designed the energy that powers the front. Because, like, my Tesla has zero maintenance.
Yeah.
Zero fucking maintenance. Now, granted, I don't get to just put sunglasses on and it drives itself, but like I'm able to monitor my stress. And the days that I drive that thing, my stress level's lower. I'm more fulfilled. I'm more balanced. So I would like that from my mobile grooming truck. I would like the system that powers the front, the people that I need to complain to when something going wrong. I want it to be one person. I don't want it to be a hotline and being like, oh, well, it's under warranty with this person. You have to call this person. No, I want it to be one. I want it one entity, one person. And listen, I understand like that technology may not be something that's ready to us, but I do reach out to Tesla and I do message the powers that be like, hey, is this something that you guys would be interested in doing? This is what I represent. This is what I do. I send pictures of my van because I think that if this is something that's beyond wagon tails. This is something that's beyond Hamby. This is a different type of innovation, and this is America, the land of competition. I think there's a space for everyone, for every customer.
Right? They're working on semis right now. That's what I heard. I don't know if that.
Yes.
So I could honestly see this jump for them.
As long as it doesn't look like the Cybertruck, I'm good.
Yeah.
I was going to say
really.
that. Victoria and I saw a Cybertruck actually hauling a horse trailer, and it wasn't a small one. It was like
No, I
horse.
actually took a picture of it because I was like, that's
and like
just wrong.
this is a bad idea, because I've seen some of the videos for the Cybertrucks back fall, and I'm like, I wouldn't put a horse on that right now. No.
I also wanted to be able to stop the thing I'm pulling.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Could you imagine if they had one of those and then they also equipped it with Starlink? That'd be great.
Yeah.
That would be
technology.
Great. Yeah. I will say, when it comes to the vans, like, I never understood the need for a refrigerator or a TV. And these days, even a radio. I wouldn't pay for a radio.
So the radio, again, there was designed in a time, and this is why it's important that, you know, younger people get invited into a company to kind of bring the older people up to speed, because they've been fabricating the same style for a while, and it works. People buy it, people love it. I wish Wagon Tails would ask me, hey, Laura Jane, we were thinking about doing a small select series of vans, maybe 100. Would you like to be a part of fabricating and designing them? I would fucking do it in a heartbeat. I would do it for free. I would actually fucking pay them to let me fucking do that. Not a lot, because I don't have a lot of money. But I would love it. I would love, like, I understand that, hey, this, you know, I believe Dina Perry is what had a hand in designing the vans 20 years ago. I would really love, because I have had fucking 6 of these trucks. I know what I trust me, there's times where I'm just like, oh, I need to take this out. I need to change this, because I see what works and what doesn't. The fridge thing didn't make sense to me in 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. In 2020, I couldn't go inside restaurants. You had to have papers to go inside and get food. And unless you participated in the experiment. I did not participate in the experiment, so I wasn't allowed inside for a little bit. So I packed food, and so I need a place to put it. And even more so now that when I leave Pennsylvania on a Wednesday, I'm traveling to the Hamptons, and I have all my groceries that needs to go to my apartment for the next 3 days. I don't get to stop at home. I got to go directly to my service area and work 8 hours. So that fridge makes a difference. Now, do I have a cooler too? Yeah, I have a giant cooler, but you know, it does depend. It's a lifestyle thing that I think helps. It depends on what kind of groomer. If your service area is 10 minutes away, you pack a little cooler bag and that's all you need. If you're the kind of person that has elaborate meals and maybe their service area is like an hour away, and maybe because of that their gym is in their service area, so they might not be home for 12 hours before they do. So I can understand the importance of that. The radio, I think the radio is a waste. I think the TV is also a waste. I don't like how the newer Sprinters fabricated the cabinets. They shaved off a square space, so they don't make sense anymore. The cubbies don't make sense anymore. They're long where they're short where they need to be long. They're long where they need to be short. But like, all in all, like, I can understand as a business owner, when you have a formula that works, you don't want to change it. And it's just the idea of change is scary, especially when you got a thing that's working for you. But yeah, there's things that want to change. And again, Wagon Tails, if you were watching this, it would be my pleasure, even if you let me only design fucking one. I will get one person to buy it, and they'll be like, oh my God, this is so dope. Like, literally, just like the Laura Jane add-on button. Like, a little bit of Laura Jane for you.
Wagon Tails actually invited me, Kim, and Alyssa to them to come see all the changes they're making, which I probably won't put that out on the podcast. I'm going to edit that part out, but I'll pass it along when we're there. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
They're trying. I would say a lot of us would like a larger propane tank and maybe it not on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, do you have any idea? Like, I have to, every time I see these poor guys, I bring them donuts, I bring them coffee, and I tip them 20%. And I'm like, I am so fucking sorry.
Yep. I have
and
stuff
a lot
to
of
drive
times
my van up so it's landed up. And I put a yoga mat down so they're not knees on the ground.
I put a yoga mat down too. Like, listen, U-Haul employees, if you're watching this, just so you know, we're pushing for change.
Yep. I always tell them, sorry, I wasn't the engineer.
Yeah,
bigger propane tanks, I would say, like if you can fit 8 gallons, I'm pretty sure there's things you can clear up underneath there. You can do 8, 16. I think you can do 32.
Yeah, I don't know. But there is, even my husband is like, there's more space under here. They could have put a bigger one. But then
I have a 50-gallon tank. I have a 50-gallon propane tank that I hauled out to Burning Man for my burn. I had a propane generator, and it's not that much bigger than what's underneath the thing. It is not much bigger. I think you can get at least 32 without having to really structurally change things underneath. I think that they had a buddy, they had a friend, and they gave him a deal, and then it worked. And they weren't thinking that, like 100, when you're building something, I'm sure you don't think you're going to cover the world in your vans, so they weren't thinking like, holy shit, we're going to have people in Minnesota and freaking Alaska, or maybe not Alaska, but like, grooming in -degree temps. And here we are, like, working in -degree temps.
And then I hate the cabinet that if you're standing at the table is right behind your head. The one, so I have the Ford Transit. When I got
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You opened the door and they had just the scissor holder in there. I was like, the scissor holder? Really? The scissor holder? Yeah.
That you got to open a cabinet for?
Yeah. A whole cabinet for a scissor holder. I took it out. I'd get rid of the cabinet.
If I were to design it, if I were to design a van, I would shave off maybe about 3-4 inches of height to make a false bottom on the roof. So your dryer hoses and groomer hoses come down from the ceiling. So it's you pull it, it retracts up and gets out of the way. So all that shit comes from above. Your motors are then are installed. That little lip where the light is up high, that's where you would put the dryers. They would be up, exposed to the most airflow, the fresh air vents, instead of being in a fucking cabinet.
Well,
generating heat.
And if you think about on that side, so the Ford, you're staring at that one wall, and yes, they lift up over the wheel well, which is where I put my towels in there. But then there's like some space where there's nothing, like there's the upper cabinets, and then there's a little cubby. It's like, why not put cabinets from there to there? And then with that thought process, you're saying, the upper cabinet could put a dryer and have the hoses come from up there, but you still would have a long cabinet all the way to that countertop, and have bigger doors from shelves.
Yeah, I got rid of. I didn't have them install a cubby on one side, that little hole, because that's just where everything goes to die. So I took it out, so it's just open. Sometimes I use it as a place to just curl up and cry. Sometimes I put stuff on it. Sometimes I put my TheraClean on it. But yeah.
Yeah, I have one side that has all my cleaning supplies, and one is I put all my towels in there. I really had to condense because I had an Amber's trailer, and I had a Signature, so I had a lot of storage. I mean, like they don't even
so much.
They don't make them like the ones Victoria and I had anymore. Like it was insane the amount of storage that I had, that Victoria has in them. And to this day, I still miss it. But yeah, that one cabinet that goes behind your head, I hit my head on it all the time. And I'm only 5'3", but I've also noticed I struggled when I got into it, that my posture was different because of how cramped it was. It was a struggle for me going from that big open trailer where I could walk around my table to the van where I can't move as much and as freely. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But But the thing is, if they did the whole inverter system the way that Alan does, you wouldn't be required to have that second grooming station. And then you could do a floor to ceiling, like big cabinet right there and put all your shit in. And then you could have
I think that would be
you could have your dryer shit come from up above.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's so many different ways. I think that there's so many different ways they can go about it. And again, I hope that they do. I hope that they do.
Yep. Well, and they need to start using inverter generators too. If they don't want to do the whole battery banks or whatever, offer, like, I have one. I have my regular generator, but then I also, when it broke, I bought this inverter generator, and I only groom like 4 or 5 dogs a day, and I get through my whole day with those dogs, no problem.
Yeah.
But I plug it in every night. But it's great because now I'm at the season where I don't need my generator. Every so often I'll run it just because to run the gas or what have you. But literally, I've had a half a tank in my generator gas tank for probably 2 months now.
Yeah. I have the inverter generator system. So I don't really put a lot of hours on my generator. And again, like, no one works more than 4 days. So I don't really blow through hours, except obviously the summer, that's the generator's being used more. But
I have the inverter also, the Edition one. I have that too. But my generator itself took a crap this past summer, and we had to wait for parts. Not the summer, in the early spring. And so that's when my husband had found it's an actual generator, but the generator's an inverter generator, not gas.
Yeah.
And it runs my cool dry. Now I can't run my air condition off of it, but they do have bigger ones that you can bank them. And like the one I have, I don't know, we got it on sale. I mean, we might have paid $1,000 for it. But they do have bigger ones that can run more. And so ever since the heat went away, I've been using it consistently. I'm not even running my generator. It's an option for people who want to start to transition out of the generator part. But yeah, I feel like everybody should have the inverter option right now. I think that
it's smart too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Retail value. I always got both. And one thing I have noticed, and again, I am a diesel girl. I appreciate everything diesel, but I definitely have I paid more attention to what some of these costs are. And when my 1,000-hour service for my diesel generator, when I first got my van in 2015, was $1,997. It is now like close to $5,000.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Now, granted, this isn't New York City. This is New Jersey. This is a Cummins certified place. So I now do my own 150s. I do my own 150s. I get checked for the 450. Like, is this needed?
Yeah.
And if it's needed, it gets done. If not, we just do the 150. I'll get the professionally done 150. Then I do the 1,000-hour. Because it costs a new generator to get the services. The generator itself is $89,500. So it's to spend $10,000 to maintain it. Like these generators, like, they last a really long time if you take care of them. They'll last 20,000 hours. But it used to cost $3,000-4,000. It costs $2,000-3,000 annually to maintain them. It is now a lot of money. And honestly, anyone watching this, share your location. I don't know if the people watching this have a way to be able to interact and send us messages. If you can, send where you are and what you're paying for maintenance. Info it.
Pet Zone,
because it's definitely.
Sorry.
Bam. It's all good. So yeah, it's absurd. It's understandable. The cost of doing business has gone up. Everybody knows that. But yeah, just even the fact that you got me doing 150s, it obviously became expensive. It was
what is
six
changes.
A 150 is just your 150 hours. You drain the oil, you You put in new oil and you just smack it on the butt and you say, good job.
Yeah, your oil filters, usually your
$650. $650 fucking dollars for a 150-hour service.
Yeah.
I do it myself now.
See, well, my husband's always done those ones on my, because I have gas generator, so he's always done that one. But the 450, at least while it was under warranty, because you don't want to do anything that gives Onan a reason to not take responsibility for anything while it's under warranty. So we did the 450, but my mechanic here, I had a good one in California and I have a good one here too. And they both were like, the problem with those 450s, like, because they tell you your what is it that needs to be? Oh God, just left my head.
Fuel filter, air filter.
No, your. Oh God, somebody's gonna chime in. Somebody's gonna listen to this finally. They're gonna know. You do you check all the normal stuff, the oil, the blah 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 blah. Not your head. It's something to be adjusted. But so anyhow, it's something to be adjusted in there. It's gonna come to me in the middle of the night. And
just shoot me a message when it does, and I'm like, yay!
And my mechanic was like, they don't need to be adjusted this frequently. He's like, half the time, like there's two sides, and he would adjust one side, and the other one, he's like, it didn't even need it. So
yeah,
he's like, I just don't know why Onan says that these things need to be adjusted so frequently. They don't. But in the meantime, it's a cost for us. But I will say that mine have usually been around 400-ish for the 450s.
Yeah.
That's gonna drive me nuts. I can't think of what it is. But then like this last year, I had to replace the board. That was $1,000. Had to place coil packs, and that requires taking the generator out, and that's $1,000. So then while you're in there, you're like, well, replace the belt because it's out, and at some point it's going to go here soon anyways. Now all of a sudden you're replacing crap that actually is not broken, but it saves you money in the long run because that belt is $30, but if it goes, it's another $1,000. Should have done it when it was out.
That's exactly how it goes. That's exactly how all this.
Yep. So
stupid parts.
I know, but this little inverter one I got, I don't know. I just plug it in and going. So
that little thing is cool. It's saved somewhere.
Yeah, it saved my ass. That's
all right. We'll pause the conversation here. It'll continue next week. Please give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Pet Zone Podcast. Have a crazy customer story, confession, or just something else you'd like to share with the show? Please feel free to email us at info@petzonepodcast.com. Don't be shy. We can keep you anonymous if you like. Also, if you're a professional pet groomer, please feel free to check out the Facebook group, Mobile Groomer Zone. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show on any podcast platform you're listening on, and share it with a friend. Until next time.